4.5 billion years ago, the Earth gained a lifelong friend. It has graced our night skies for as long as we can remember and pushed and pulled our oceans. Without it, our world would not be what it is today. Unfortunately, there is no straightforward answer as to where the moon came from and how it got here, but today I am going to tell you the 4 hypotheses that are most widely accepted in today's world of science. Split Earth theory. This is an older theory from around 1898. It was thought that Earth was at one point molten and that the moon had spun off of the Earth due to centrifugal forces, which means that the rotation of Earth was so strong that the moon separated from it. This theory is unlikely to be true because the amount of force needed for this to happen is 28,437 kilometers per hour. As of now, the Earth spins at about 1,609 kilometers per hour. Accretion disk theory. For this theory, we need to first understand what an accretion disk is. It is essentially a disk of various materials that exist in the universe that normally form around very large celestial bodies, such as stars or black holes. In the first ever picture of a black hole, you can clearly see the accretion disk. But that aside, this theory means that at one point our star had one of these disks and that the Earth and Moon formed inside it. The main problem with this theory is that it does not explain the angular momentum of these two bodies, meaning that since they formed together, there would not be an inertial force acting on them like there is. This hypothesis is more likely than the previous one, but there are still 2 more theories that hold more merit. Capture theory. The simplest hypothesis is that the moon was simply just caught in Earth's gravity. This is the most common way for a planet to acquire a moon, since that is what we have observed happen to most other planets with their moons. This would mean that the moon formed somewhere else in the universe and traveled in an asteroid-like manner and ended up being caught by Earth. The problem with this theory is that it does not explain why the moon has so much Earth-like material. The moon is rich with iron and titanium isotopes, which would only make sense if the two had at one point physically met each other. This is a very likely possibility, but this next theory is the most generally accepted theory in the field. Giant impact theory. 4.5 billion years ago, there was a great collision between Earth and another small planet. This planet was named Theia. Theia was said to be approximately the size of Mars or smaller, and for reference, Mars is 3,389 kilometers all the way around. Imagine Mars crashing into Earth. The outcome would be deadly and everything we know would be gone, incinerated and covered in lava. And this is exactly what happened when Theia crashed into Earth. The evidence of this hypothesis shows oxygen isotopes in the rock samples that were collected on the moon during the Apollo missions. In addition to this, there is also evidence that at one point a large portion of the moon's surface was molten, as well as the Earth. This theory has the most supporting evidence and therefore is likely how the moon became part of our night sky. The moon provides the Earth with stability in our orbit and is an important part of how we came to exist on Earth. And although 4.5 billion years was a long time ago, we wouldn't be here today without it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me which theory was your favorite below, and thank you for joining me in these cozy cosmos.